This was a big surprise. He revealed today that his initial plan was to resign as Speaker at the end of last year. However, last year, the House Majority Leader, Cantor, lost in a Republican primary in his district in Virginia. And he didn't want to leave and have a new Majority Leader and not have so much experience at the top of leadership in the House. So he decided it would be too much turmoil for him to leave at the end of last year. So he said his next decision was to retire at the end of this year. However, there's been a growing number of conservatives in the House Republican Conference who have been challenging the Speaker's leadership. And they were pushing for a vote, perhaps this fall. It's called a vote to vacate the chair. So, someone could make a motion and they'd have to hold a vote, and the Speaker would need 218 votes to keep his leadership. Now, the House Republicans have a large majority, one of the largest majorities in over half a century. They have 247 Republicans. However, there's a very real prospect that he would not be able to keep his speakership with just Republican votes. And if he needed to rely on Democratic votes to keep his speakership, I think that would have been very embarrassing for him. The most likely candidate is Representative Kevin McCarthy of California. He is the House Majority Leader. However, he has been close with Boehner recently, and it's unclear how his leadership would be different than Boehner's, at least ideologically. But what some of these conservative members say they want is not so much a change in ideology. They want a change in process. They want a process that's more inclusive. They're upset that Speaker Boehner was not as willing to use the power of the purse to bring about change. Namely, to shut down the government over things like funding the president's health law, which they did a couple of years ago. Inevitably, Republicans relented and reopened the government, and the president's health law has still been funded. The latest fight is over funding Planned Parenthood. They don't want to vote for a funding bill to keep the government open that provides money to Planned Parenthood. It seems increasingly likely that that's the way we're going to go. So, what they want is a leader who's willing to shut the government down to get what they want.